Shall we play a game?
Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody this fine weekend? I am, again, still playing this online game on my mobile device called Rise of Castles. A lot has been going on since my last video, man. Some drama, some friggin' action, friendships have been forged, allegiances have been friggin' broken. Just so much to cover. Like, wow. So let's just dive right in. Let's get this rolling. And hopefully this is all working properly. I always end up having issues. That's not the one I want. That'll work. That's close enough, I guess. So let's get in there. I'm gonna turn this volume down, because last time the game volume was overwhelming, so I hope you can deal without hearing it. Maybe you can still hear it, I don't know. The whole mix thing. I've got a new mixer for my studio, and I'm really considering taking a break from this game, maybe tomorrow or later tonight, and connecting my new mixer and revamping my studio the way it's hooked up. Because right now I'm only plugged into an interface, and I've got this really nice mixer I want to incorporate into my studio, so I might be doing that, and that might affect audio, or it might make it better. I might screw everything up even more worse for a while. I don't know. But anyway, the game. So first of all, my biggest disappointment so far in this game has been losing a few of my biggest teammates. They've been there since the beginning. I've had suspicions about their loyalties from the start, especially the one in particular. When someone keeps telling you, he keeps arguing with you about your command decisions and suggesting that you kick them off the team, but they won't quit. Lady doth protest too much, methinks. Like there was a ulterior motive for being in the alliance. And I have had spy issues. I have weeded out some plants, I guess we'll call them. I've found others that are like can't be kicked out, and I've had to use the service department to get on it and help me remove them from my alliance, because they weren't even labeled as alliance members, yet they were in my anyway. But yeah, my biggest disappointment was one of my number 2 is gone. She was with me from the beginning somehow. Growth maybe about half my speed, and kind of planed off at about half the size I am now. And I don't understand why, because I keep giving all my alliance members tips and reminders on how to grow and how to build stronger and how to fend off these friggin' constant attacks. But then in a very dire moment, I had an episode where another alliance guy was positioned. He moved right next to my territory, and while I was asleep, I guess he hit me like 4 or 5 times. Didn't phase me, because I have my little guy trick that I've been using, and I lose resources. Fine. My city makes more resources automatically. You can freaking rob my city all you want. Quit killing my guys. And I found a way to make them stop killing my guys. And what it does, instead, it kills their guys. And so I might lose the battle, but I win the kill points. So I've been surprising a lot of people with this tactic, and I've been really trying to get my alliance members to follow suit and do this with me, because even some of our smallest members that have been doing this, have been succeeding. Again, you lose resources. Fine. But you keep the bulk of them in your bag, which is this little arrow at the bottom. Opens up and you have a icon in there called bag, and it has all the stuff you won. All your rewards are in there, including a ton of resources that you probably, if you didn't know about the bag, probably didn't know you had. So when you go to like upgrade something that you don't have enough stuff for, see how they're all red? You hit get more and it goes to this go button, and it shows you what you have available in your bag to use, where they can't steal it from. So leave it in your bag and only use, like right now I need 1.5 million to do this upgrade. I'm not going to do it. And I've only got 319,000. Well, if I figure out I only need this many of the 25,000s and this many of the 150,000s or whatever I would have had in my bag, and only use what I need to establish that upgrade, and then queue it right away, they can't steal it because now I used it. Okay, and the ones I don't use stay in the bag where they cannot get it. So that's part of my my little trick here. And in your city, you have this thing called the Sentry Tower. Alright. The Sentry Tower can detect and scout enemy intel, upgrade for more detail. Oh, wrong one. I'm thinking the wrong one. The Watchtower is the one I'm thinking. I keep saying Sentry Tower in my chat. I gotta fix that. The Watchtower is an arrow tower attacks invading enemies. Attacks invading enemies. No legions. Your troops, you know, your legions that you send on marches, not there. And it says, but your enemies can't attack it. They can't attack it. So when they come and attack your city, this tower is attacking them and killing their troops. Okay? The whole point of the killing events, these KEs every weekend, is to get points for kills. So they're attacking people trying to kill your troops. They're not trying to steal your resources, guys. Fuck the resources. That's not what they're after. They're after killing your troops, and if you leave your troops in your castle to defend, they will kill them. They are much bigger than us, and they will kill them. But if your troops aren't home, then the only thing to defend your castle is this watchtower, which they cannot kill. You follow me? What they do is they'll wound all your extra troops. You know how you keep training troops but they don't fit in your legions and you get this excess pile of troops in your list? When they attack your city and your legions are not there to defend, only your watchtower, your extra legion troops, your extra troops in there, they get wounded. They don't get killed. If your legions were there to defend, they'd get killed. But since they're not there, and the only thing they're fighting against is your watchtower, all your extra troops only get wounded. Okay? And you go into your medical tents, and that's where they'll be. And you heal them with resources that you will find in your bag. Even if they've robbed your city blind, as long as you got your bunch of resources still in your bag, you can recover all the wounded and all the power you've lost. That's only temporary loss because they didn't kill anybody. If they killed your troops, you can't get it back without training more troops, which takes time. Lots of time. Okay? So the way I've been doing it is letting them fight my watchtower only. They've only been wounding my troops. Yeah, they've wounded a lot of them, and I've burned up a lot of resources recovering. But I've recovered within minutes. Alright? And not only that, but I've killed their troops. And what happens, I'll show you the battle reports now, okay? When these big ass motherfuckers attack you, and your troops aren't there to defend, only your watchtower, this is what happens. I think I went to a battle. Those are okay. Wait, let's go to one where he was just attacking me. I believe that's one. Yep. You notice on my side it says power no losses, and on his side it says power negative 1176. I killed his troops, and I didn't lose any. Kills on my side, I killed 240 of his troops. Kills on his side, 0. He got 0 kills. He got 0 points. And I got points because he attacked me. Switch it around on these motherfuckers and see how they like it, right? And I don't care what power you are. You can be 10,000 power and this trick works. You will have maybe 50 kills or 20 kills of their guys and none of yours. There is a little margin for error. If your tents, your medical tents, cannot support the amount of extra troops that they wound, then the ones that won't fit in the tents may get killed. That's if you don't have enough room. Upgrade your tents. Use your constellation buffs. Put those buffs in your friggin'. See all these tiles right here. Those are buffs for my medical tents. Most of those, the blue ones, those increase your medical tent capacity. So use those. Use every buff you've got. Use what you've got. And upgrade your tents. I'm on like 18s right now. I've almost made them all to my castle level, which is my goal. Everything to be the same level as my castle. As you can see, I've got a few items below 19 right now. I could go to level 20 right now. But I'm going to wait until the rest of my city catches up. And that's how I've been building stronger and building back faster and taking on these big guys. But yeah, my whole disappointment, I'll get back to that. I'm jumping ahead. My biggest player, we were attacked, and this guy hit me like 5 times. I think I started telling you this. Guy hit me like 5 times when I was asleep. When I woke up, I noticed, and first thing I did was go into my fortress, hit defense, and I used some gems to heal my fortification, so if he hit me again, I wouldn't get automatically ported away, because that's what happens. If they crush your fortification completely, you'll just get ported away randomly. It's not a big deal. You can always come back. But I replenished that, and then made it known that I was now aware of him. And I went to work, and I waited, and he stayed there all day. And then finally after work, I got with some of the teammates, and I was like, look, I want to do something. I want to do a little posturing. I would like to attack this guy and just wipe him off the map. But I want to give him a warning first. I want a little show of power. So I had a few people drop in that area. And what we decided was we were going to do the dragon trap right beside him. Right beside him. So he could see us all working together as a team kicking this dragon's ass. Right? Maybe he'll think twice and leave. While that was going on, he had another friend show up and start attacking one of our other members that wasn't participating at the time. And I was like, no way, he's attacking while we're in the middle of our rally. Like, what? So we finished our rally, and then I went ballistic, and I started attacking both of them. Of course, they were attacking everybody at that point, so I was trying to draw their fire. Like, hey, I'm going to attack you back. You might want to focus on me, so that my guys can like huddle up and shield up, reinforce, try to help. We had a brand new member. Finally, I got in touch with him. I was like, look, I see you're getting attacked. Move to Alliance territory. And You know, at least when they hit you, they only get so many resources. We have a cap. We do research that increases the cap of resources that we get that don't get robbed from us. I think our cap right now is like 200,000 or something like that of everything, whatever. So, and he speaks a different language, so we can hit the translate button. We did this back and forth, and finally, lo and behold, he drops in right in the middle of this friggin' battle going on. This poor guy, and out of nowhere, this guy starts sending troops to reinforce my castle to help me. Meanwhile, my number 2 has shielded up and ported back to her other area. While it left me there facing 2 guys my size by myself. Castles all around me burning, all my teammates burning, people like, what's going on? And here I am beating the crap out of these guys. They beat me. They ported me. I was like, oh, hell no. I ported right back, right behind both of their castles and started attacking them both simultaneously, but one after another. And of course, they stopped hitting my guys again and went back after me and ported me again. And then they bailed. And then I ported right back to make sure they were gone and make sure they stayed gone. I'm like, hello. And each time recovered. You know what I mean? My power has been recovered within minutes every time this kind of shit happens, because I saved all my crap in my bag to deal with this. And I broke ranks. I mean, my trick would have worked better if I just let them keep hitting everybody, because then I would have been fine. But that's not how I roll. I'm here as a leader to help my teammates, to help them grow, to help them learn how to play, and help defend them when they're not they're away from the game, or they're just too damn small to do anything about it. If I can do anything, I will try. I sacrificed, I think, 1.6 million in power fighting those 2 guys, while my number 2 fucking turned tail and ran like a pussy. And her excuse was, oh, I was drunk. I just wanted to go back to bed. Yeah, but you made your partner, the other guy that... Oh, no, I'm not gonna... Made him wake you up to do the Dragon Rally, because you insisted on doing the Dragon Rally, right? She insisted. I was like, all right. I kept saying, well, he told me she was drunk and passed out. Like, well, just let her sleep it off. We had, I think it was like 14 hours remaining before the trap disappeared. We could have said it at any time. I was like, just let her sleep it off. No, he woke her up. And she did the Dragon Rally. And then when we got attacked, she turned tail and ran. So I demoted her. Christ, I had her, she had a rank of recruiter. I had her basically taking charge of who came and went in the Alliance roster, which is part of my spy problem, I'm pretty sure. Because like I said, we argued all the time, and she kept insisting that I kick her out, and I wouldn't. It's like, if you wanted out so bad, you'd leave. There's a reason you want to be here. I'm going to figure it out. I'm patient, okay? I'm not stupid. It's just a game. If you want to play head games, play them. I was already way ahead of her. I already knew her loyalty was bogus, you know? And I had only recently learned that the 2 of them were a team when one of them, I think they messed up and told me that they've been playing together for years. It's like, okay, if you've been playing together for years, how are you smaller in power than me? So they're like basically new castles they generated, I think, to infiltrate opposing alliances, get to know them, you know what I mean, and be spies. That's what I think was going on. And we were having a lot of trouble with certain alliances during their tenureship with our alliance. And as soon as I dealt with them and demoted her and argued with her and I told her straight up, I'm like, look, you're no leader. if we're in the middle of a battle and you turn tail and run instead of helping all the little guys that are on our team, you don't deserve any title, and you don't deserve the friggin' rank you had. So I removed her title as recruiter, and I dropped her as an R4 and made her an R3. When she found that out, she started getting a little friggin', like, she has to be a kid or something. The immaturity, it was ridiculous. I was laughing my ass. I'm like, dude, you really think you're not friggin' setting me off? You're not pushing my buttons. I kind of predicted this was going to happen. I just didn't know exactly when. And I kept setting up traps and exercises to see how she would respond and to evaluate her loyalty. And the last one proved I was right. She up and bailed. If she was too drunk to help, how could she have been okay enough to do the Dragon Rally? And the battle lasted, it was over quicker than the Dragon Rally. She could have stayed and threw a couple of marches, you know what I mean, before bailing. But no, she put up her shield and she bailed. So I demoted her. And when she started getting bitchy in the chat, I demoted her again, down to rank 2. And then she started bitching more. I demoted her back to rank 1. She kept telling me to kick her. I said, no, leave, bail. That's what you do best. And I told her straight up, I'm like, all I have seen so far is self-interest in your own growth and power. That's not the role of a leader. And if that is the case, I suggested she go play Farmville. I literally said, I suggest Farmville. And so after that conversation, another Alliance member bumped her back up rank to R3, which I think was as far as they were allowed to bump her. I'm the only R5, the leader. I have certain permissions that the lower ranks don't. And I think one of them was that my R4s can't make another R4. I think I'll have to check. So she got up to R3 and she kept on bitching, saying, I said, I don't know anything about rank. It's not doing anything to her, blah, blah, blah. Well, if that's the case, why are you so concerned about being a rank 1 now? If it doesn't bother you, if it doesn't mean anything, why are you crabbing about it? And then when she didn't get any higher than R3, she bailed and took her friend with her. Good riddance. I don't need that crap. I don't need the drama, and I don't need the spies, and the lack of loyalty. You know, if you're joining a team, you're going to be part of the team. You're going to help. You're going to help teach. You're going to help defend. You're not going to get what you need and then fucking bail. That's not how I roll. And like I said, I sacrificed over like 1.6 million in power defending my teammates when she wouldn't. And her friend was there too, but he didn't leave. He threw up a shield though, which is understandable. You know, you get a couple of big guys attacking everybody. Shields up. Hold on. You know, either help defend or save yourself. Fine. And at least he stuck around and watched it all go down. She bailed. She put up her shield and bailed. So good riddance to the both of them leaving. We have made friends. And the funny thing is, when she left, I found right away, because I can see what alliance she's in. I'm still in her. She still has a thread in my chats and stuff, so I can look at her. And it says she went to an opposing alliance. The one that was giving us trouble. The one we were fighting with. Hello? Like I'm not clueless, okay? It was all kind of a setup, and I knew it was a setup, and I used it to counter setup and flush her out as a backstabbing bitch. That's just how it goes. And that's what I did. And that's why she is gone. And if she has any more friends in my alliance, I suspect a few. But it's just a game. You know, if you want to be petty, be petty. It's not gonna. And I told her straight up, stay, quit. I don't care. We're gonna play on with or without you. It's just a game. Get over yourself. So that's how that all went down. Now, on the side, I have been speaking to one of that alliance's leaders. I mean, it's really weird. there's this one alliance, but they have like 16 different alliances. Now, there are too many members, and they had to create extra alliances to form all the... I don't exactly get it, why. But I've been in conversations with one of them for a while now, back and forth, friendly. I think first I started out complimenting them on that battle, and boasting that, hey, I had you stymied until I fought back, didn't I? Because every time he attacked me, he lost power, and I didn't, until I started fighting back. So we kind of gave each other, props for how well we did, and it was a mutual respect thing. Gotta love it. That's all I wanted. Show them that I ain't gonna fuck around. I'm not a pansy. I'm not gonna sit here and just let you farm me or my teammates. And I think they respected that. They saw that I fought back. I don't know why they took those two in. Why would you want someone who's not going to be loyal and is obviously has a history of stabbing their team members in the backs? Whatever. So I've been chatting with this guy for a while, and it's weird because he speaks another language. I don't know what country he's from. Thankfully, there's a translate button, and we got to the point where he's decided, I guess he must like me or my style. As I told him what I'm about. I'm about helping my team members. I'm not afraid to friggin' lose all my power defending my teammates. And like I said, I think that earned me some respect. And we have officially, politically become amicable alliances. Now, there's this killing event going on right now where the other provinces, the other servers, can jump into everybody else's server and attack. It's kind of a free-for-all right now. Finally, our server or province or state, whatever you want to call it, has decided to not attack players of our own state. Finally, should have been that way the whole time, and instead we're helping each other, and we're attacking the other states. Okay, and the timing was friggin' awesome, becoming amicable with this alliance, because this killing event's been going on, and I've been getting attacked. I've got like a dozen attacks today, and notice my power's still over 3 million. I haven't lost anything. Every time they hit me, it actually goes up, because I regain everybody, and then I finish training some more, and boom, now I'm more than when they friggin' attack me. So they can keep trying. But I've been getting hit all day today. Usually they hit once, and they'll hit, a couple other of my teammates all around once, and then bail like pussies. Whatever, it's a hit and run. Okay. That's kind of respectable. At least they're not trying to destroy your castle. They're not porting anybody. They're just, trying to get some kill points and move on to the next, Cool. Fine. I've been tolerating it all day. But recently, like an hour or so ago, why is this not charging? Hold on. Yeah. This guy started attacking, and he started attacking teammates multiple times. One in particular I know because he was defending, so he was getting a lot of kills attacking my teammate. I've been trying to get this guy to do my trick. He won't do my trick. Stubborn. And he won't shield. So it's like, I can't quite figure him out. I like him. He's got moxie. Like, he's the only one that reinforced me. He's the new guy that reinforced me during that other battle. But he was getting his ass kicked. He's already lost half his power today alone. And I keep telling him, dude, you got to do something about this. They're gonna crush you, And so they were beating the shit out of him, and they were hitting a couple other guys, and they were starting to hit more than once. And I said, all right, I've had enough of this. I took my troops out of hiding, and while his troops were already in march, knowing that they weren't there to defend, I went and friggin' started beating. I wanted to port him. I didn't care about losing my troops fighting his tower. Okay, I wanted to hit him enough times to port him and tell him to go get, you know. And as soon as I started launching my attacks, he ported like 5 blocks away and started attacking me again while my troops were now returning from a failed march. And as soon as mine returned, I friggin' sent him at his new location, and again, he friggin' moved again. And then he sent another march, and my timing was better, and I sent my marches, so he couldn't move because he was in the middle of marching. And so I got a good couple of swipes in, and then one of my new friends, the guy I've been talking to, one of his teammates, I believe, he must have seen the announcement in the military intel. Where is it? This one? Yeah, it must have came up as an all-out war, and he must have seen the recent notification that we had become amicable alliances. I don't know who it was, and I don't know where he went, but he dropped in out of nowhere and helped me double team this guy, and then he left like Superman, gone. Like, thank you, dude. That was awesome. I needed that, because then that guy took some damage, dude. He got hit hard, so hard he couldn't recover. He shielded, and then I watched his power go up from like, I think it was down to 400 something thousand, went back up to like 600 something thousand, nowhere near like the million something he was when he started all this crap. So he couldn't recover half of what he'd lost, and it took him a minute to figure that out. I stayed there with my shield down, my troops ready to friggin', as soon as that shield was down, I was gonna port him. That was my only option at that point. If he's not leaving, I'm just gonna stick it out and wait, and as soon as that shield drops, I was gonna port his ass. It took him maybe 10 minutes to realize he couldn't recover everything, and probably realized that I had already recovered everything and then some. So he was at 600,000. I was at 3.3 million at this point. He bailed. So to that alliance member that dropped in and saved the day, that was perfect, dude. I had the guy on the ropes. He was trying like hell. He was bouncing around trying to stay away from my attacks. But I had already started to get him. And as I had him locked in, this guy dropped in and started hitting too, and it was freaking glorious. Some people whine and cry, "Oh, I'm getting a 10 out of 2." I thought it was great, and I did well. This time I've defended it like crazy, and I didn't lose all my power like last time. Last time I lost like 1.6 mil. This time I think I lost maybe 150,000. Which I healed back. None of my shit got killed. I recovered everything. So that's really just been an exciting week, and climaxing to this weekend with this whole new KE thing. I'm very happy that our province is not attacking people in our province anymore. I think that should be a standard. Okay? Just saying, if you want to be the emperor of this land, why are you killing and attacking the people of this land? We should all be working together to get the other guys together. I mean, if I ever get to the point where I can fight for emperorship, that's my goal. But if we have an emperor that's on that same page, I'm down. I've even started joining in the universities and the province quest now. That whoever's sending the emperor announcements now seems more on the same page than the guy last week, or what. I don't know how often it changes hands. I'm not big enough to participate in that event yet, and I try to stay away from it. Let them guys beat each other up for a while, you know. But yeah, as a state or province or server. That's what it really is, technically. We should all be working together, not fighting each other. We shouldn't be in fear of our biggest alliances in our state. You guys should be protecting us little guys while we grow big enough to join and help you, instead of holding us back. It only makes more sense, especially if these events are going to be cross-province like this. We really need to band together as a province and work together against this shit. So yeah, we had some defectors. We got rid of them. I've been weeding out more of the spies and the ones that I can't kick out with the help of the service department. A lot of killing going on right now. I mean, I even took part. Like I said, I'm enjoying this latest Emperor's tactics. His messages have been a little less demanding and more amicable. So I've been trying to participate more. I've been doing this Ice Queen crap. Where is it? You go and attack this Frost Queen. My attacks might take 1,000 or something damage off of her. She's millions and millions of power. My little attacks maybe take 1,000, if that. And you're only allowed 5 rallies or marches, or you can attack singly, or you can do a rally 5 times. I've been participating, even if I have to use my my other castle to join my rallies because no one else will, just so that my rally will actually take place. I have been. And so I'm participating and trying to participate on their level, show that I'm a team player. If you guys are about being a unified province, I'm all about it. I also started looking in. I've been ignoring these universities. The province quests. If you go into your castle, let's kill these guys while we're here. Right here, the class hall, you go into province quest. That takes you to all those universities that are at the center, and you can join those. The workforce. I did one earlier, and I think that means I can't do it anymore today. It starts out you can only do one, and I guess the more experience and cards you earn, I'm still learning how to do it. The more marches you can involve in it. So I want to get more and more involved in that. And I have been, because like I said, this new emperor has been amicable, for lack of a better word. So I just want to, get our alliance name on these trees and stuff. Let these guys see us, that we're here and we're participating. If I could get more of my guys to join in, that'd be great. But I mean, I'm doing what I can. Let me show you this. Did I show you the battle reports? Yes, I did. Let me show you. Yes. And when I outright attacked the guy, I did pretty good. I only lost 80,000 on this attack. He lost 168,000. I did twice as much killing than he did on that round. And then another one, I only lost 9,000. He lost over 100,000, dude. I spanked this guy with the help of our new friends. Okay, like I said, I didn't catch the name. I saw the Alliance acronym, or the first 3 letters like it shows, and then the name, it was either in another language or different phonetic letters, and it happened so quick I couldn't get the name. I just saw that the Alliance, and I'm like, oh, it must be one of our friends. Yes, it came to help. And I was too focused on freaking sending attack. I couldn't really get in touch with the guy or anything, and there's no mention of him in the battle reports or anything. So I really wanted to send a personal shout out to the guy, but I don't know who it was. So I contacted the guy, the leader of this thing that I've been talking to, and he doesn't have a clue. Like I said, there are multiple alliances with the same first 3 initials as part of a grouped, I don't know. So it could have been one of the other ones. But like I said, I think maybe they saw that we were friends, saw that the battle was happening, and swooped in out of nowhere like a friggin' superhero and helped me double team this guy. That was pretty cool. We spanked him. Yeah, we gave him something to think about anyway. And like I said, when he was done and tried to recover, he was only at 600,000 and I was back to 3.3 mil. And he ran. Gotta love it when a friggin' plan works. Now, exactly what is my plan? How have I been dealing with these people farming? First it was our own guys, now it's the other provinces. Like I said, if your troops aren't home, the only thing I haven't told you is, so if they're not home, where are they? I'm sure you could send them out gathering, but they'll return randomly when the resources are depleted in whatever thing you're gathering from. I mean, it could be while you're in bed, they could finish up and come home, and then your troops will be home, and then they'll attack and they'll kill your troops. Not good. I did notice the Alliance Command Center. I might have pointed this out on another stream, but if you go to the info, of course it doesn't let me on the 1. I had to go to on 2. I have to go to Alliance Command 1. For some reason, the info doesn't work on the second one. The Alliance Command Center. The Alliance built the command post for the command of the Legion. Also, through its excellent design, it will not be threatened by enemies. And it holds 90 legions. See, and nobody is using it. Nobody is using this one. I'm so disappointed in my team. But it says garrison troop 0 of 90. It holds 90 legions. So if you have 4 legions, you can send them all in there. And then your neighbor has 4 legions. He can send them all in there. Up to 90 of them. I'm pretty sure if everyone in our alliance sent all their legions, they would fit. Because we have 2 of these command centers. Nobody is using this one, apparently. And the one I am in, the people around me have seen the results and are starting to do the same thing. Because, like I said, it is easier to recover the wounded soldiers than it is to retrain the dead ones. And sure, we have a shrine where we can bring back the dead if you have enough resources and if you have enough marks of the fallen. I had a bunch. Okay, I was lucky. My last big blunder where I fought back and I lost a lot of guys. That first one where we had the defectors leave afterwards and shit. I took a big hit and there were a lot of deaths. And that's not what I'm looking for. And if you go to the shrine, if you have marks of the fallen, you can replace those marks of the fallen and the necessary resources to recover them and get your troops back. But other than that, you have to retrain them, which takes way too long. You lose so much power and it takes forever to get it back. My trick, they only get wounded. They recover in the tents. And like I said, I took a big hit, so I've still got guys here in my shrine to be but I have no marks of the fallen left. I used all mine. And then I've also been donating. See, this guy only wants marks of the fallen, so I can't help him. This guy needs resources. I just maxed out the bars as far as I can go. I mean, that's going to empty my castle. You know what? It's to help a teammate. I think I can afford to recover some resources later on. He needs the help. That's what a leader does. You know, don't be selfish. Don't try to hoard everything and build your own thing. Help everybody. It actually helps you grow bigger, stronger, faster than just trying to hoard everything and do it by yourself. Let's see. can promote some troops here. I got a bunch of them to promote. Oh, see, now here's another thing. We're using the bag. I'm going to do it. See the red numbers? It says I don't have enough iron to promote these guys. Well, if I go to my bag, I need 11,000. I've only got 800. Let's do a 15,000. It only takes one. Boom. Now I have enough. It's in my castle right now, but now I used it. Now it's gone. Now they can't steal it. They couldn't take it when it was in the bag, and now that I've used it, they can't. I can't stress this enough, guys. I mean, if you're not willing to take a hit, then what is the point? I found a way to take the hit and recover better, bigger, faster, not lose troops, and actually kill some of theirs in the process without having to attack them. Oh, I wish more people would just friggin' try it. It's badass. I know there are people in my state that have tried it out and have been like, what the hell just happened? How come I lost power but he didn't? This is how. I let my friggin' tower do the work for me, and I keep my troops hidden away, safe in the command center. Like I said, once the guy was attacking my teammates, like this one up here, this one over here, this one down here, started attacking them more than once. I was like, alright, that's enough. And I started doing this. And then when I did that, I saw him put a little laughing emoji over his castle. Like this. And I was like, alright, it's on. And that's when he waited for me to launch my attack, and then he ported. My attack returned. He was already attacking me, but I sent my troops out before they could hit me. So they didn't hit my troops defending. My troops were already on march. It just went back and forth. He kept teleporting away, like just jumping around me, not leaving the area. But he'd move to this side of the castle, and he moved to this side of the castle, and he moved on the top of the castle. And then that other guy came in from the other alliance, and just when I had him down, I had him pinned. He had marches out. He couldn't teleport. My attacks were already on their way. They were hitting him. This guy ported right next to him, so it took 0 time for him to send a march, and he got a couple of good stabs in. And the guy ported again, but only right there. He didn't go very far. He kept moving from like here to here to here, something like that. You know what I mean? But then the last time he ended up like right there, and he stayed there, but he put a shield up. I didn't. I left my shield down, and my troops at the ready. As soon as that shield dropped, I was ready to just start hitting the attack over and over and over again. He figured it out, and he bailed. So that's what's been going on in our neck of the woods. I've also been still in contact with one of our other Alliance friends. Very, very appreciative of their conversations, their information, their intel. I mean, they were even excited when they found my defector. They're like, hey, look, I found this person. They're with them. I'm like, yeah, I know. I knew that's where they were going to go, too. Before we even started fighting, I knew she was in on it. So, I mean, it's just... But, I mean, she reported to me. I mean, that shows me loyalty, and so I trust that person. I mean, she saw my number 2 was now with another person. She came right to me and said, hey, I found her. Why? And so I let her know this is what went down. We had a little bit of drama, and I don't play that game, So, it is what it is. Didn't hurt me none. And I'm double her size still. She ain't grown a bit. We may be small, but we're growing. And those of us that are actually playing and paying attention and participating, and listening to my tips as a leader, I'm telling you, grow this way, build these this way, follow my advice. How do you think I got to 3 million in like 3 weeks? This is like, I've only been playing for a month. And most of my Alliance members, I believe, have been about the same time. I think they were all newbies when they came on and were automatically joined when the doors were wide open. I closed that, by the way. The revolving door has shut. If you want to join, if you want to learn, if you want to be with a team that gives a shit, or at least with a leader that tries to give a shit and tries to help, feel free to apply. But the revolving door has stopped. That's how spies have been coming in and going. I'm very open in my chat. I talk openly in my Alliance chat, hoping that these newer players will find the chat and start listening. You know, I've private messaged a bunch of them. I get no responses, which brings me to the next big announcement for the Alliance, and I hope some of my members see this and agree with my decision. I wanted to do this earlier, but because of my number 2's bitching, I waited. I said I was going to wait till New Year. I'm still going to wait till New Year. I've been assessing members' activity, their contribution, which I'll show you right now. This will show me who's contributed today. This is showing me who's contributed last week. This shows me who's contributed totally. And you see there's a list, the numbers start getting to 0. You got 3 of them down there that have 0 contributions, 0 technology progress, nothing. They'll be the first to go. I think since I've announced it, some of the smaller players are starting to show activity and be online, which is what I wanted. I want people to play and grow. I've also been what the hell? I've also been looking at when the last time they were online. And I've been slowly shifting those who have not been online lower and lower in rank. Look at this one. 25 days ago. I feel bad because I recognize that name and they were actually very active and participated in many events. And suddenly they're 25 days inactive. You're making it hard for me, guys. I really don't want to cut people from my list, but 21 days, 21 days, 23 days, 26 days ago, 20 days ago, you're all going to get kicked. 16 days ago, 33 days ago. Okay? Look at all the inactive, like, I am not interested in growing the size of my alliance. I am not interested in having more members than anyone else. I am not trying to collect players. So if I lose some privileges or something, if our alliance loses certain events or something due to lack of members, I don't care. Because the ones that I do keep will be a stronger group without the dead weight. Ideally, I'd like everybody to be able to be online and participating all, we got people in different time zones. We got people in different countries around the world, across the date line. I mean, coordinating events and such is a very logistic problem that I am trying to overcome. I was trying to do it for my number 2 because she was across the pond, and even when I tried to accommodate and said no, like let her sleep, we get time, when she gets up we'll do it then, they forced, they insisted, and they caused all the trouble. So I'm glad they're gone. As far as the inactive ones go, I'd rather see you become active and playing and taking my advice and growing. But I also don't want to carry the dead weight for very long. So I'm torn. You know what I mean? I want to be the guy that helps the noobs, but if the noobs aren't playing, I it's like paying for guitar lessons and then never practicing and having to do Mary Had a Little Lamb over and over and over and over again. When you go to your lesson, you never move on. So I mean, it's kind of, why pay for the lessons? Why be on the team if you let them stay on the team if they're not going to contribute, if they're not going to play, if they're not going to grow? So come the new year, that number 57 of 75 is going to be becoming a lot smaller. And I don't care. I mean, we were up to 65 or 70 members at one point, but like 90% of them don't even play. So you know, I want to see less time on that list of last time you were online. I'd rather see hours, not days. At least log in once a day, queue something up, and log back out. You know what I mean? Wake up in the morning, queue up a research, upgrade a house, shut it down, and then go to work, do your thing, whatever. At least something. These ones that say days ago, 26 days, 21 days ago. Come on, you're killing me, dude. I'm trying really hard to create an alliance that helps, that grows together. I'm trying to make it so that when we do grow, we grow strong. So that once we are comparable to the other guys, we might actually be better than them. You know, we'll have more of the research, we'll have more of the experience, we'll have more of the buildings upgraded and in the right configurations. There's things that need to be close to other things for them to work better, stuff like that. I try to let everybody know, you know, that there's these little things that will make it better. Over time, you'll see, like I said, I've been doing this a month. 90% of my players have been on here about a month. And they're still like at 1,000 power. I'm at 3 million. I don't know what I'm talking about. No. Why listen to me? Even my number 2 is still only at like 1.4. She never listened to me. She argued with me the whole way, and now she's with someone else. They're not going to help her grow. I was trying to give everyone the pointers and the tips to help you grow and do things, you know, be as big as me so that we can go out and be big together and show them what the fuck. But whatever. So, I'm kind of at a slow point. I've taken these beatings. I've been doing a lot of defending, trying to make a point to these guys. You know, eventually they'll all figure out my trick isn't safe for them. I think I've had some that were repeat offenders, that once I learned this trick, they didn't repeat very often after that, and then they stopped because they realized they weren't killing anybody and they were losing power. So, and you can keep getting farmed and just cry about it. You could put up a shield and, you know, take the safe way out. Or you can go like a little psycho and show them what's what. It's just, that's how we are. That's how I am. I'm patient, you know what I mean? I'm pretty easygoing, but once you cross that line, you know, I'm not afraid to freaking go down swinging. I'm not afraid. Freaking, I'll kill every one of my freaking troops just to make a point that I don't like your presence here, you know? So, if you're an opposing team, keep that in mind when you see my my castle. And think twice about hitting my other teammates, because many of them are learning that my idea is working, and they're starting to follow suit, and they're getting kills now too. And they don't have to go looking for anybody. Just leave the shield down and look like easy prey. It's a little trap. I figured it out. And if it's not a good idea, why have I doubled in power since I figured it out? While everyone else is struggling to get their power back. So, we are province 1136. We are the Alliance Savinity. We're going to be here a while. Might want to get used to it.